Hello friends, this is Vishnupriya from I2I Hub. Okay, so today we are going to start C programming language course. So the first program in C language can be this hello world program. So we are having a simple problem statement that we need to print these characters, this string, okay, or the group of characters. What are the group of characters? It is hello world. So hello world should be printed onto the console or onto the output screen. That is our target. So how we will write a C program in order to print a hello world onto the console? That is what we are going to cover in this class. Okay, so first we are writing some program and we are saving it by using hello.c name. So the name of the program is hello.c. Now what happens, what is the step by step way how it will be executed is, first of all, after we write a program we will compile it. When we compile, so this gcc hello.c is the command which we use in Linux operating system in order to compile our code. Okay, so hello.c is the name of the file in which the program is written, and then gcc is the compiler we use to compile. Compilation in the sense we are converting the high level code into the low level code. That is, C language is something which is high level. That is, you can see printf, main, these characters are there, right? This is not 1 and 0 which is understandable by the machine. So this is high level code. So what do you mean by low level? It is purely ones and zeros. Binary code is called machine level code. So machine understands only machine level language. So there should be a translator who will check all the syntactical errors and translate this high level code into the machine level code. So what is the translator here? The compiler. The compilation phase uses compiler which acts as a translator to translate the code from high level language to low level language. And if it finds any syntactical errors, that is, in English grammar we have punctuation, right? In the same way we have some syntactical rules here, something like a statement should be terminated by a semicolon. In English we will write full stop for at the end of every statement, right? In the same way every statement in C language will be ended by a semicolon. So such type of syntactical rules are there in C programming language. Okay, so the compiler will check for those syntactical rules, and if everything is fine, that means no errors are there, then it will compile. That is, it will translate from high level programming language to low level machine understandable language. Now after it is converted, in which file it will be stored? That machine level language, that code should be stored in one file, right? So the name of that file is a.out. This is purely in Linux machine. Okay, so a.out will be the output from the compilation phase. Now we need to run this a.output in order to get the output onto the console or screen. That is, what is the output we are expecting? We are expecting hello world onto the output screen. So ./a.out, that means we are running this a.out. This is how we need to run ./a.out. So soon after you run this, the output will be displayed on the screen, which is hello world. See, if I change this hello world to hi world, okay, then the output will be hi world. Okay, so whatever I write in C, if suppose it is uppercase, it will be uppercase. If it is lowercase, it will be lowercase. So as it is, exactly how it is present here in between these two quotes, that will be our output, okay, on the console, that is the output screen. Now we will go into the program. Okay, see, this you understood, right? We are writing printf. Print is English, printf is something in C language. Printf is a function which is used to print the string constant which is present in between these two parentheses. Okay, so here hello world is written in these two parentheses, so hello world is printed onto the output screen. Now where is this printf written? It is written inside the main function. Main, this parenthesis is there, so this parenthesis indicates that this is a function. So this parenthesis indicates that printf is a function. This indicates main is a function. Function in the sense it will have some set of lines, logic written inside it. Okay, so according to our business logic, according to our problem, there will be a solution that will be written inside the function in order to be executed. Okay, so main is the function and printf is inside the main. So inside these curly braces, it is starting here and it is closed here. Okay, open brace, closing brace. Printf is between those two. So printf is inside main. Where is include hash include? It is outside main. Okay, so now the execution starts from main function, and then all the lines inside the main function will be executed in a sequential manner, that is step by step manner. That is, first printf statement will be executed first. If there is another printf statement, that will be next executed. Okay, so step by step way will be the execution. Now it will come to main, the starting point of the execution, then it will come to this printf. Now how come the compiler is understanding printf means it should print something to the output? How it is going to get the definition of printf? We didn't give the definition, right? We didn't tell it print it onto the console. We are just writing printf, and it understood that it should display whatever is here onto the console. How is it possible? Because it is hash include stdio.h. This is the header file, standard input output header file, which is included into this program. So hello.c is the file, right? In that we are including this particular header file, which contains the meaning, the definition of printf. So after we include this, now the program knows, the compiler knows what is printf. It knows what to do when printf is occurred. Okay, so now on coming to this line printf, it will know that hello world should be executed or printed onto the output screen. So where is the definition of printf? It is in the stdio.h, standard input output header file. We are including this, that means we are including the definition of printf, so it knows what to do while encountering printf, that is, it should print the hello world onto the console, it will print it. Now just we will see this. What is main? What are the terms used in this program? Main function. This is where the program starts its execution. Okay, so if there are 4 lines, from where it will start? It will start from the main function. Okay, now printf is there. What do you mean by printf? Is used to print the parameter onto the console or screen. What do you mean by printing the parameter? Parameter is nothing but whatever we write in between these curly braces, these braces. Okay, this is called parenthesis, this is called brace. So in between the parenthesis, whatever we write, that is called the parameter. So it will print the parameter onto the console or screen. That is what printf does. Okay, remember these are all lowercase, it is not uppercase. These are all also lowercase, this is also lowercase. Okay, now what is this stdio.h? This is the header file which we included into our hello.c program. It contains the function definition of printf. If you don't include it, the compiler doesn't understand what is meant by printf. Okay, this definition is there, right, to print the parameter onto the console. This definition is present inside the stdio.h header file. So we need to definitely include this whenever you are using input or output functions. Okay, printf is output function, right? We are getting output onto the console. So whenever you use this, you need to include this header file also. Now I used some terminology called function. Function is nothing but set of commands or the logic written inside these curly braces. So this is a function. In main we have this printf. In printf this is the parameter, like that. Okay, now there is another thing called variables. So what do you mean by variable? Is variable can store some value. See, suppose in maths you have this, right? A equal to 3, b equal to 3, a plus b. What is the value of a plus b? 3 plus 3, it is 6, right? So how are you doing that calculation? I am telling you to do a plus b, and you are replacing a with 3 and b with 3, right? In the same way, when you write a is equal to 3 in C language, 3 is stored in some of the memory allocation, in a particular memory location. See, if this is a location inside the memory, 3 is stored inside this. Now according to the machine language, there will be a huge number in terms of zeros and ones, which is the address of this particular memory allocation. Okay, this location's address will be in a binary format, but we can't remember that zeros and ones combination, which is huge. Every time we can't remember it, right? Whenever you want to use 3, I can't use that memory allocation address because it is hard to remember that combination of zeros and ones. So what I am writing, a is equal to 3. So 3 is stored in a memory location and the name of that memory location is termed as a now. Now can I change the value in this location? I can change a equal to 4. Then this 3 will be removed and 4 will be replaced in place of 3. And where is it done? That replacement is done not in the other memory allocation. In the same memory location, 3 will be replaced or 3 will be overwritten by 4. Did you understand this? We will talk more about variables and functions in the later classes. Okay. Thank you guys.